CCX Sports presents coverage of the Section 6-4A softball tournament. It's the second meeting in this tournament, double elimination between Edina and Hopkins. Number 2 seed Hornets to number 1 seed Royals. Good afternoon. Welcome to Hopkins High School. John Jacobson along with Jack Tebow. Jack, these teams met last Friday. Hopkins winning 4-1. Edina came back, beat Wayzata in a elimination game yesterday to get to today's game. Home teams flipped for this. Even though Hopkins is the high seed, they will actually be the visitor here this afternoon.
This kind of game, now as Edina is coming in with a loss already, obviously it's very important for them in this first game. But I do find that when you're playing this and you're the team with no losses over there, it does seem like this first game is kind of a big game emotionally for both sides, and big advantage if Edina should win this first game.
Well, Edina is hoping that this is the first of two. If Hopkins wins, they're the section champions. If Edina wins, we'll play again 30 minutes after this one. Then Hartog to lead it off. Lauren Granger, then Parker Stoddard, Morgan Hawley, Evelyn Barzik, Macy Chantarashvili, Evelyn Burnt, Annika Krauser, and Adisa Preston batting ninth. Molly McHugh is the pitcher for Edina. Will give you their defensive lineup in just a moment. Then Hartog taking her first pitch, low and in for ball one.
We kind of wonder after watching her pitch, Molly works that change to her benefit. She was very effective during that in that last outing.
Then Hartog following the second pitch off. It's 1-1. Then Hartog had 2 of the 4 runs scored for Hopkins last week, went 2 for 3 on the day.
Dan Hartog's a great leadoff hitter for this team. She does just about everything at the plate.
McHugh's pitch hit hard to second. Jones up with a throw to first, and not caught there. I think she might have had it beat out anyway. So we'll give her an infield single. The ball skipping past pins at first. We take a look at it again. Played about as well as can be played, but then Hartog just runs that well and is able to beat it out. So leadoff infield single for Den Hartog here in the Hopkins first. And here's Lauren Granger taking a pitch, and that one's high and into center field. Den Hartog with a stolen base and scoring position already down at second.
I'm not sure that Den Hartog has been caught stealing yet this year. I think it might be her 32nd or 33rd stolen base.
Granger takes inside. It counts 1-1. Up high to Granger, and the count now 2-1. Freshman catcher. Fouled off by Granger, the count 2-2. McHugh gave up 4 runs last week, but 3 of those were unearned. A 3-run second for Hopkins.
Edina just came, the wheels came off in that 1 inning, right?
Yeah. Two. Granger stays alive, slaps it foul.
In talking to Coach Peterson, couldn't say enough good things about Granger and what a great contribution she made to their team this season in a very tough physical position as well.
Guy said Freshridge is an 8th grader. Off-speed pitch, hit to short. Little trouble there. Throw to first, but in time. Good recovery by Katie Olive, and throws to Anna Pins to get Granger. Den Hartog moves up to third. Look at the defense today for Edina around the infield. Anna Pins at first, Abby Jones at second, Katie Olive at short, Hannah Sundam at third, Ellie Sukup in left, Allie May in center, Katie Simon in right. Maddie Johnson, the catcher for Molly McHugh. This one popped up on the infield, and the shortstop Olive over towards second to make the grab. So Parker Stoddard retired on a pitch. Take a look at it again.
Number 16, Morgan Holly.
The 2 outs. Den Hartog at third, and Morgan Holly trying to get her home. Hitting cleanup today for Hopkins. Off-speed pitch missed out of the strike zone. Ball 1. Strike call. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Hopkins left fielder. Foul back. So McHugh working ahead in the count here, trying to come back from the leadoff single and steal of second by Den Hartog. She was at second with nobody out. Holly fouls another one off.
Tough position, even though she's throwing the ball well. McHugh, when you get that, runner on third, and you don't really want to give up a run in the first inning.
Skips in the dirt. Count evens at 2-2. Foul back. Good at bat here for Holly, battling McHugh.
McHugh is expanding the zone as well as Holly, right? That one, she made sure she didn't take that third strike call.
Off speed, swing and a miss. Great pitch by McHugh. Holly swings through it, and Hopkins retired in the top of the first. No runs on a hit, and Hartog stranded at third. So the Hornets needing to win twice today to win the section championship, coming to bat here in the home half of the first.
Great day for a game out here.
No doubt.
Unlike the last couple of days.
A little too warm, but today is nice. And yeah, we had some storms. But nothing like that today. McHugh, the leadoff hitter. She'll be followed by Allie Mae, Katie Simon, and the Sundom is at third base, hitting at fourth. Katie Olive, the shortstop. Anna Pins at first. Maddie Johnson, the catcher. Ellie Sukup in left field. And Genevieve Ossek is the DP today. And defensively for the Hopkins Royals, Shedderishvili at first, Krauser at second, Preston is the shortstop, Stoddard at third. In the outfield, Morgan Holly in left, Varsik in center, Ruth Freiberg in right, Lauren Granger catching, Natalie Den Hartog. Den Hartog last year pitching well, last week, I should say, in that game against Edina, limiting them to just the 1 run, Jack. And Hopkins this year has beat Edina 3 times.
She threw a really good game against them. Didn't allow the Edina hitters a lot of opportunities. Her defense backed her well. They made the plays. And it's pitcher to pitcher, just as it was with Hopkins' first inning. Molly McHugh is a leadoff hitter.
On the season, Den Hartog 1-loss record, 7-5. She also has 4 saves and averaging a little more than a strikeout per inning.
The pitcher, number 5.
And yes, here is Molly McHugh to lead it off for the Hornets. Swing and a miss on the first pitch of the game for Den Hartog.
Now, it's only her first pitch, but that velocity looked a little quicker than the last week when we saw her.
Foul back. Den Hartog quickly ahead, 2 strikes. McHugh at .389 batting average on the season, 11 RBIs, 12 runs scored, 6 extra base hits for the Edina junior. But behind 0-2 here to start the bottom of the first. Up high, He's not going to chase that one. It's 1-2. Two and two.
He's going after her on that low and away pitch. Just a little low.
Foul back, and the cue hangs in there. Now it's still at 2-2. Keith Johnson, 30-year head coach for Edina. You know they haven't defeated Hopkins. All 3 games have been close, Jack. 3 runs or less.
And very close.
A nice at bat. Hits this one into the gap in off center field. And she's into second base with a double. Her 6th double of the season. And Edina gets a runner in scoring position to start the game.
Now batting for the Hornets.
Pitch got up and McHugh drilled it.
Number 2, Allie.
Left field gap.
May.
Allie May, the center fielder. Batting second. First pitch is a ball.
May is a good contact hitter from times I've seen her hit. So see what KJ over here might ask her to do, or might give her the green light to hit.
Count evens at 1-1. And now Granger up to have a talk with Den Hartog. Q started to go, but didn't take off fully for third, so she holds at second.
May is showing bunt again.
Pulls it back, and now the count 3-1. Strike call, May taking all the way, and the count is full. May this season a .349 batting average. It's a foul right to her dugout, and the count remains 3-2. Fouled away. Some good at-bats already, Jack, by both teams early in the game.
Absolutely. You know, I think everybody's got their focus going today, knowing that this could be the last game of the season for either team.
And that's ball 4 to May. So the first 2 runners at the bottom of the first reach for Edina.
For the Hornets, the right fielder.
And here's Katie Simon.
Katie Simon.
A positive start for the Hornets. They did get a run in the first inning when these teams played last Friday, but that turned out to be the only run they got in the game. Simon takes low, ball 1.
Definitely threatening, nobody out, right? And I'd say maybe want to get those runners over 2 and 3 with nobody out. Maybe show a bunt here.
Does, and gets it down nicely. Stoddard go to first. Oh, safe at first. Simon beats it out, and the bases are loaded.
Now batting for the Royal, or for the Hornets, the third baseman, Number 7, Hannah.
And it's close.
Sundom.
Good job by Simon. She reaches. Bases loaded for the Hornets. Nobody out here in the first.
Hopkins is playing the run here. They're going to try to cut it off at the plate.
Sundom takes first pitch high. Sundom a .412 batting average on the season. A couple of home runs, 12 RBIs. Hits this one hard into right center field for a base hit. This is going to score 2, and it's 2-0 Edina. A 2-run single to right center by Hannah Sundom. McHugh and May score. Simon to third.
Now batting for the Hornets, the shortstop, number 3, Katie Olive.
Good try by Krauser, but just couldn't get that ball.
And an early visit to Natalie Den Hartog in the pitching circle.
Coach Yancey's coming out. Just settle her down. More than likely, pitchers in the first inning really don't get their rhythm, don't really get settled in yet. So for Edina to take advantage of it, good for them.
Katie Olive, the batter. She lays down a nice punt. They're going to come home. They'll have a play on her and out. At the plate is Simon. Then Hartong will scoop throw to Granger. And Simon had no chance there.
Now batting for the Hornets, the first baseman, number 11, Anna Pins.
Good bunt down. Good charge by Den Hartog. Made a good play on that one.
Olive reaches on a fielder's choice. Sundom to second. One away now. And Anna Pins the batter. And that one skips past Granger. And everybody moves up. Sundom to third. Olive to second. Pass ball on Granger. Pins ahead 2-0 on the count. Pins 1 for 3 in the game here last Friday against Hopkins. 3-0 the count. And Hartog taking a little time before she gets back to the rubber. Ball 4, bases loaded again for Edina.
Now batting for the Hornets.
At this point, it'd be
Number 9.
good for Hopkins to get out of the inning with
Johnson.
only 2 runs.
Absolutely. Yep. Maddie Johnson, the batter. And the catcher takes the first pitch low.
Hopkins is cutting that run off again. Everybody's in.
Let's go, 9. Don't put you down.
2-0 the count to Johnson. Pins walked on 4 pitches. Johnson ahead in the count. Hit into left field for a base hit. Here's a throw to the plate, not in time. And it's 4-0 Edina. A 2-run single by Johnson. Sundom home. Olive with a nice slide gets in with the 4th run of the first.
For the Hornets, the left fielder.
I like that for
Number 8,
Coach Johnson too, being aggressive. His
That was a good
player
call.
ahead in the count, 2-0.
Absolutely, that was a very good call. You've got 3 already. Push the envelope at that point. Heads up by Coach.
Ellie Sukup now the 8th batter to come up for Edina. Pins at second. There's the lead runner, Johnson at first. The count 1-1 to Ellie Sukup. Foul back.
Pitch count's starting to creep up a little bit. And if they have to go another game, might be a little rough for her.
Popped up, but foul out of play.
You're gonna be a battler now. You're gonna be a battler, eh?
Well, Maddie Burnt has thrown a fair number of innings this year for Hopkins, Jack, and if Coach Peterson feels this one's getting away. Nice diving try by Granger. Couldn't get to that foul pop-up.
Good try by Granger.
He could bring in Burnt, and
Burnt could come and throw some innings too. That's right.
For game 2, if it looks like that's the way it's going to go. Good try again by Granger. Count stays at 1-2 to Sukup here. Ripped in the left field. That's a hit. Pin's going to be held at third. And the base is loaded yet again for Edina.
With 1 out.
Yeah, still just 1 out now. The 9th batter of the inning. Genevieve Osseo is the batter.
That pitch got up pretty good. Seemingly, Den Hartog's pitches have been kind of up in the zone this inning.
Osseo, the freshman DP, hits it down to first to get an out there. Come back to the plate and get a double play. Shafarashvili steps on first, comes back to the plate to Granger, who tags out Pins to end the inning.
Let's hold him now.
Pins in kind of maybe. No.
That's the end of the inning. A great start for Edina, though. They pick up 4 runs on 5 hits. And we go to the 2nd inning. Our score, Edina 4, Hopkins nothing.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Well, great start for the Edina Hornets. 4 runs and 5 hits in the 1st inning. And they lead at 4-0 as we go to the top of the 2nd. And that one hit Barzik to lead off the 2nd.
Now batting.
Well, the Royals
The first baseman.
need base runners, Jack. Can't get 4 back in one swing. Trying to chip away at it here.
One at a time. One at a time.
One caught her in the back, so McHugh puts the leadoff runner on. Macy Shatarashvili, the batter, takes a first pitch strike. Fouled off.
Runner going with the pitch.
McHugh ahead in the count. 2 strikes. Hit pretty well out to left field. That's going to be a foul ball.
Just a long strike. Just a long strike. Here we go.
Pretty well tagged by the Royals first baseman, but just lands foul.
And Shatarashvili, she stayed with that change. Good distance on it for a change.
His pitch is low.
That was a good idea. 5.
Good job to lay off that one by Shatarashvili in the count 1-2. Ripped, foul, and out of play.
Barzak's going to ask for extra pay soon. She's been on the go every pitch now. I think the last 4 pitches.
Going again, out of the plate. A long at bat here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top half of the second, Hopkins trailing Edina 4-0. Hornet Twin will have a game 2 here. Off speed and a good pitch. And a strikeout on Shatarashvili for the first out.
Now batting.
Had to work on the changeup. Get the strikeout for a second.
22, Maddie Burnt.
And that brings up Maddie Burnt, the number 7 hitter today for Hopkins. The DP hitting for Ruth Freiberg, who's in right. Changeup, boy, Burnt fooled on that one. Barzak does get the steal and is down at second base.
McHugh's changeup, effective pitch for her. I think I would go there a little more often even.
That one low. Nice stop by Johnson to keep Barzak at second base. Foul back. One, two, hit it. Oh, nice grab at first base by Pins. That was headed to right field, and Pins lays out for it and makes the grab.
For the Royals, the second baseman.
Great catch by Pins.
Monica Krauser.
Look at it again. Pins, nice backhand dive and gets it.
Looks like she may have even practiced that before.
I think that would have scored a run. This one is hit out of play by Krauser. Low and away, 1-1. 2-1. Post pitch, but called off the plate, and Krauser ahead in the count. Out back. They're even at 2-2. Barzik, the runner, still at second. Change up high. And the count goes full. Adisa Preston on deck. If Krauser can get aboard. A little flare over third, foul.
Breeze appearing to pick up by the plate a little. The flag is still pretty quiet.
Three, 2. Krauser gets a piece of it. I thought they called a foul on that. Apparently not. That's just a drop third strike. So Krauser strikes out and then advanced to second. I thought she had gotten a piece of it. My mistake. Instead advances to second on the drop third strike and wild pitch. Look at it again, Jack. He definitely swung at it, but went off the catcher and then back to the backstop. And so an unusual play, and Krauser gets down to second base.
I thought it might have been a foul ball.
Well, that's what I thought. Right. Apparently not. Here's Preston now with 2 runners in scoring position. Barzik at third, Krauser at second. Swings through that. She's behind McHugh now, 2 strikes. Early in the game, but already I think Jack a big at bat in this one. The Preston gets aboard. And Hartog's on deck. Change up, didn't offer, and just a little high.
A little bit high.
Yeah.
Fans disagreeing, of course.
Well, half the fans anyway. Right?
Correct.
Count stays at 1-2. The freshman, Adisa Preston. Q that time. Sort of chase after the changeup and gets a strikeout to end the inning.
Big K.
Hopkins gets a couple runners on. No runs, no hits, but 2 left on. Played an inning and a half. And our score is now Edina 4, Hopkins nothing.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Bottom half of the second inning, it's 4-0 Edina leading Hopkins. Great day for softball. State tournament next week in North Mankato. Hopkins has won this section the last couple of years. We talked about last week. This is the first time Hopkins has been the host site for the final several rounds. It's moved around from year to year. Of course, it used to be 6-3A, and then the addition a couple of years ago of a 4th class. McHugh leads it off. Remember, Edina battered around in the bottom of the first and scored 4 runs. McHugh started it with a leadoff double. But Jack, we've had section tournaments before in Section 6 among the big schools. Richfield for many years.
For many years.
Yeah. Miller Park down in Eden Prairie. Edina, Pamela Park for a few years.
Good call.
Way back, Zachary Park in Plymouth.
So there's
Armstrong's heydays back in the 90s, and they had some great teams.
What year was that?
Oh, in a few years in the 90s for sure. Early to mid 90s.
Wow.
Good pitch by Den Hartog. You can time that one right. It's 2-2. Up high, 3-2.
Q's a dangerous threat at the plate, as she showed in her first at bat. Double to the fence.
Ooh, Dan Hartog is like, where is that pitch? And it's ball 4. Look at it, Jack.
Now batting for the Hornets, the center fielder, number 2.
Guessing he might have thought it would maybe a little high.
Third walk already given up by Den Hartog in 1+ inning. Here's May. That's up high off the glove of Granger. Down to second goes McHugh. A wild pitch. Mark Peterson hoping things turn around for his senior pitcher and his team here. Otherwise, we'll have a game 2. Mark was been on this staff for many years before he became head coach, pitching coach under Ann Campbell. Ann had great success here.
And I think there was a time, although I don't see her over there, but Mark's daughter, Jenna Peterson, has been working the bench too over the years.
And there's strike 3 on May. And the first out of the second inning for the Hornets.
Got her to chase.
Now batting for the Hornets, the right fielder, number 14, Katie Simon.
Let up on the pitch a little bit.
1 on, 1 out. And the batter is Simon. Bunt single bank on the first.
Good eye, 14. Good eye.
Two balls and no strikes. Or they call it a strike.
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Sorry, 1-1 the count. And fouled away. And they got 1-2.
I think all pitchers should have a good changeup. It's a great pitch.
Just missed.
There's a spot there that the umpire just doesn't seem to think that's quite over the zone, right? Looks good from here, though.
Mm-hmm. 2-2 to Simon. That one bounces in the dirt. And then moving up another base in a wild pitch is McHugh. Two fouled off.
Down 4. Hopkins' choice for their defensive alignment is going to be in. And the question will be, will the runner be on contact? Go on contact? Make an aggressive play here.
Oh my goodness. Ball 4. think then Hartog thought she had Simon struck out twice. Maybe did, but it's ball 4.
Seems to be a little conversation with Coach Peterson.
Yeah, maybe a little inside.
Yeah, it might have been in.
Now batting for the Hornets, the third baseman, number 7, Hannah Sundham.
Well, it was a tough pitch for Simon to handle. I think not a bad place to take where you think, hey, this might be ball 4. And she was right. So they got runners at the corners with 1 out, and Sundham fouls the first pitch off. Sundham with a big 2-run single. Start that 4-run first for Edina.
Simon off with the pitch. That ran at first and third situation.
Up high, 1-1. Throw down to third. The cue hadn't gotten too far off the bag.
Big smile now. Let's go. Lay into it.
Come on, baby.
1-1 inside, 2-1. Throw to second. And in time to get Simon. Strong throw by Granger. Preston puts the tag on. And Simon retired 2-6 for the second out.
Does that help take the pressure off?
No doubt. Hartog, a long time to deliver this one. Change up, hit to Preston at short. Throw to first. And Edina is out. So then Hartog works out of a first and third 1-out jam with no damage done, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. They played 2, our score Edina 4, Hopkins nothing.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
With Jack Tebow, I'm John Jacobson. Welcome back to Hopkins High School. Beautiful Thursday afternoon, last day of May, as we get ready for the third inning of play. Edina up on Hopkins 4-0, looking to force a second game in this double elimination tournament and get to the real final, Jack, as the Hornets would see it, right? If they win.
Exactly, that's right.
Then Hartog, first pitch, rips it into left, a base hit.
Waited on that change. Was up so she could handle it.
For the Royals, the catcher, number 3.
I think we might, John, we might get a steal here.
Granger.
Good job by Den Hartog, waits back and gets the base hit. And here's Granger. And Hartog off with the pitch, and she's in easily. She gets down in like a sprinter's crouch, like getting ready to head out of the blocks, and is halfway down. Look at it again.
Look, serious about this.
One 1-0 to Granger.
With her success rate, though, I might have to look into this.
helps to have some natural speed, probably too. Probably not all just technique. Change up, missed high, 2-1 to Granger. Grounded out to shorten her first at bat. That one missed. Boy, you know, both pitchers, I think, feel like getting squeezed a little bit on the strike zone. That was a pretty good pitch.
He's been consistent with his zone.
True. 3-1. Granger chops at McHugh. Good job to grab it. Throws to Pins at first to retire Granger. Then Hartog moves up to third.
Betty for the Royals.
Look at it again.
Number 19, Parker.
Just a couple of steps back for McHugh. And there's one out. Now here's Stoddard. Royals, like in the first inning, trying to get Den Hartog home from second. Stoddard bounces it to first, foul ball.
That would have scored a run.
Yeah.
And that'd been fair.
It's to Stoddard, hit the short. They're going to come home for the throw. Out at home, it's Den Hartog. Olive throws to Johnson. Gets the tag on Den Hartog for the second out. I think she was safe, but it was an out call. There's out number 2, and Mark Peterson thought the same thing.
I think she had her hand in there.
Yeah.
Good play, Green.
But then Hartog retired at the plate for out number 2. Stoddard reaches on a fielder's choice.
Now Betty for the Royals.
Well, aggressive play by Olive to come home. You think in that situation, get a 4-run lead, get the out at first. She comes home, makes a strong throw, and they get the out call. A little bit of a late start running from first, but getting in safely with the steal of second is Stoddard.
Plus, you never know, the runner, even though Den Hartog's really fast, you never know if they were expecting the throw to come in. That's the other part of it as well.
You expect that maybe as a runner that the Royals going to go first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Stoddard down at second. 1-0 the count to Hawley, who struck out in her first at bat. Strike call. Q evens up the count with that strike. She's got 2 strikeouts today.
Both on change-ups.
Hit foul, right field, and out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to Hawley. Change up. McHugh working that pitch well and gets the strikeout for the 3rd straight inning to end the inning. For Hopkins in the 3rd. No runs on a hit. They lead 1. Like 2.5 innings. It's Edina up on Hopkins 4-0.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Boom. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Boom. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Boom.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Pretty good crowd here this afternoon to watch Section 6 softball at Hopkins. It's Edina, the 2 seed, looking to beat the Royals for the first time this season after 2 regular season losses in the Lake Conference and a loss earlier in this tournament. And to turn the tables and force a game 2 for a berth in the state tournament. They've got a 4-0 lead against Hornets, the home team for this game.
Hornets, the first baseman, number
And it'll be
11.
Katie Olive to lead it off. She'll be followed by Anna Pins and Maddie Johnson. Oliver reached on a fielder's choice in her first at bat, came around to score later. It's this one into right field. Freiberg reaches over off her glove and digging for second is Olive, and she'll be in with a double. Tagged well.
Now batting for the Hornets, the first baseman, number 11, Anna Pins.
I'll go as an error on the right fielder, Freiberg. Not a double. Regardless, Olive is at second and Pins the batter. Lays down a bunt and Hartog to only play his first. Throw back across the diamond, but Olive wasn't off the bag at all, so a sacrifice
Now batting for the
by
Hornets,
Pins.
the catcher, number 9,
And a look at it again.
Johnson.
And Hartog didn't even look back toward third. Throws to Krauser covering the bag at first.
Younger hitters, when they sack, they should think about hitting it back in the direction of the pitcher, because
Johnson, first pitch swinging, pops it up, then Hartog under it makes the catch. 2 down.
usually on that bunt, the pitcher starts at 43 feet. Whereas your corner, the third baseman, can be on the move right away. Right?
Fielder number 8.
So in that case, that was a slow roll to her. There would have been no chance on the runner at third. So that was a good bunt.
First pitch of ball to Ellie Sukup. Now the last of 5 Edina hits in the first inning. Popped up, short right field. Krauser, the second baseman, makes the catch toward the line. To retire the Hornets here in the third. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left for Edina. End of 3, it's 4-0 Hornets.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
A lot of smiles right now in that Edina dugout. The Hornets on top of Hopkins, 4-0.
Now batting
as we start the top half of the fourth.
center fielder number 11.
Barzik, Chantarashvili, and Burnt, scheduled hitters for the Royals against Molly McHugh. Giving up a couple of hits, Jack, both to Den Hartog. No crime in that. Hit one batter. And a total of 5 strikeouts in the game.
She's been in control so far.
Ball away, and it's the ball on the strike to Barzik, the Royal center fielder. Two and one. There's a Kitbe pitch in her first at bat. Fouls this one off. 2-2.
Barzak looking down with a signal. Coach Peterson is going, 2 strikes, let's hit that ball.
Foul back. Change up just missed. Good pitch by McHugh, but missed a little low. 3-2. Pitches worked well for it today, Jack.
That's a tough pitch to let go. That was close.
That one's low, and ball forward to Barzik. So it's a 4th straight inning. Twice Den Hartog and twice Barzik. The Royals have had the leadoff runner aboard. And they've not been able to score any of the first 3. All have gotten to second, with nobody out with steals. The Royals haven't been able to hit them in. Chantarashvili hits this one down to second. Jones goes to second, gets the force out there, back to first, not in time. Force out 4-6.
Now batting for the Royals.
And there's one away.
Number 22, Maddie Burns.
Well played. Abby Jones to Katie Olive. And not a time to get Chantarashvili at first.
Got the all-important lead runner.
Sometimes that runner flashing by can distract the infielder, but
Absolutely.
Jones kept her concentration and made the play. Burnt fouls the first pitch.
Some coaches will even have drills that the runner will learn how to jump over the ball or try to slow down a little bit to kind of do that exactly, to distract that fielder.
With the Jones at second, 2 down. Burnt retired, and here comes Krauser.
For the Royals, the second baseman, number 2, Annika Krauser.
Grounded up the middle, a base hit. Single for Krauser. Chantarashvili to second. The Royals, again, they have a couple of runners on.
The shortstop, number 42, Adisa Preston.
Even though Krauser struck out last time, she had a good at bat the last one as well. Her swing looks good right now.
Pinch running for the Royals at second base, number 12, Taylor Katzenmeyer.
Taylor Katzenmeyer will run for Chantarashvili at second. Preston, first pitch is low to her for a ball.
Preston was a victim to the changeup last time.
Fouled at the plate, 1-1. She had that big at bat last week where she had the bunt in front of the plate. The Hornets couldn't make the out at first, and that triggered that 3-run.
Yeah, it's a good call.
inning.
That's right.
Trying to bunt this one, but hits it foul at the plate. It's 1-2. Two, swinging through as Preston. She's got her struck out for the second time in the 6th K now for McHugh to retire Hopkins. No runs on a hit. 2 left on for the Royals. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's still 4-0 Edina.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
For the Hornets, the designated player.
Natalie Hartog trying to keep her team within 4 runs. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Osseo, McHugh, and May. The hitters here against the Royal starting pitcher Natalie Hartog. Two 2-0. You see Den Hartog, especially early in that first inning, her first 2 innings, struggle with her control a little bit.
She's been wild high today.
Swinging through that with Osseo, it's 2-1. That one was high as well.
Mm-hmm.
Three and one. Swing and a miss. It's 3-2. There's the ball. Osseo is on to start the 4th.
So, John, you would say Edina now has every leadoff hitter on base.
Yeah. They were able to score McHugh back in the first. She was the leadoff hitter again in the second. Yes. Olive and now Osseo. Now McHugh is a good hitter. You're at the top of the order. Do you have her bunt or swing away? Stay aggressive at the plate.
I'm up by 4 right now.
She's swinging away. Den Hartog fields it and throw to first to get the out there. So it has the effect of a bunt in that they went to first to get the out.
Move the runner down, right?
For the Hornets, the center fielder, number 2, Ellie.
Sharply hit. And
Hey.
Hartog fielding it and getting it to Chantarashvili. But Osseo down at second. Fouled back by May to the screen.
That was a hard hit ball. Dan Hartog reacted pretty well on that.
A bunt, but it spins foul. 0-2 by May.
Crush one, Deuce. Crush one. Get it hard, kid.
Swing and miss, and May strikes out for out number 2.
Now batting for the Hornets, the right fielder, number 14.
Another one in the upper zone.
Simon.
Seems like everything's heading in that direction, or a lot of it is.
Simon takes up high for ball 1. She has been on base a couple of times. You'll get Osseo down at second. 2-0 to Simon. Bunt single in the first, walk in the second. Reno. Sundam on deck. Strike call, 3-1. That's his hit into center field, so base hit. Osseo around third. She will score, and it's 5-0 Edina. Throw gets away, allowing Simon to move up. Single and then an error. The throw back in, allowing the runner to move up an extra base.
Third baseman, number 7.
But
Hannah
Osseo was going to
Sumner.
score on this play, regardless of the throw.
Yep.
Second error on Hopkins in the game.
Walks will haunt you.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Sundam takes up high. It's 1-1 to her. 1 for 2 today, 2-run single in the first. Simon picks up a run batted in on that last hit. Hit in the air, out to right center. That'll drop for a hit. Around comes Simon, throw to the plate. Out at home. Great throw from Barzik into Granger. And Simon cut down at the plate. Another close play at the plate. And Edina is out here in the fourth. They get a run on a couple of hits. Who's actually fibered the right fielder coming up throwing Granger and get her at the plate. We played 4. It's 5-0 Edina.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Crowd today here at Hopkins, settling in for what could be A couple of softball games today, Jack.
It's getting that feeling.
Yeah.
Hopkins' offense is sputtering, I would say. Just haven't been able to mount much of any consistent offense against Molly.
Number 31, Natalie Den Hartog.
Top of the order for Hopkins. Royals, the visitors here in game 1. And Den Hartog has been the leadoff hitter now 3 times. She's 2 for 2. Pitch for McHugh is a ball. Well, the rally's going to start for the Royals. Going to start here. This inning with this batter.
I always think of the 5th inning in a 7-inning game, kind of starting the home stretch a little bit. You got over the hump in the 4th inning, and you got 9 outs left.
Three and 0. Maybe no, she's not going to groove one here on 3-0 to Den Hartog.
That was a good pitch to take.
3-1. That's ball 4, and Den Hartog is aboard at first. Couple of singles, now a walk for the senior.
For the Royals, the catcher.
And Granger, the batter.
Number 3, Lauren Granger.
Now for the Hopkins, if they're going to rally here in this game, Jack, they're going to start stringing some hits together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Granger won't be bunting this time, down by 5.
Den Hartog going, throw to second, and in is Den Hartog again. Third steal today for Den Hartog. And in plenty of time.
I'd hate to be the catcher with her on first.
Pitch to Granger, hit up the middle for a base hit. Den Hartog around, she will score. Hopkins is on the board, it's 5-1. RBI single for Lauren Granger.
Now batting for the Royals, the third baseman, number 19, Parker Stoddard.
That brings up Parker Stoddard. Off-speed hit, pitch hit to Jones, hustling back to first, and just in safely as Granger.
Now batting.
That was closer than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
The left fielder, number 16, Morgan Holly.
For Granger, that run batted in her 33rd of the season, team high. And Holly is 0 for 2. First pitch low. Two and 0.
This would be an important hitter if the Royals want to keep something going.
Runner stumbled coming off the bag, but in safely again as Granger. Two balls and a strike to Hawley. Pop to second. Jones, a little flip, not in time. Everybody safe. Went to Olive with it, and the throw just wasn't in time. I mean, Jones played it about as well as she could have.
For the Royals, the center
runner
fielder,
off with the pitch.
Number 11, Evelyn Barzan.
And everybody's safe. Holly reaches on a fielder's choice. Granger to second. And Barczyk the batter. First pitch strike to her.
Good first pitch by McHugh.
Now trying to come back and not make this more than a one-run inning for the Royals. Popped up, pins, reaches back and makes the catch. They're out number 2.
Now batting.
It was a relaxed play.
Yes.
The first
She
baseman,
had it all the way.
number 15, Macy Shaturishvili.
Barczyk's the second out. And Macy Shaturishvili is the batter.
I think Anna might be the tallest player on their team.
She needed all of that on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shaturishvili, if you remember, hit that one long foul ball when she had just missed on timing that changeup and a long way down the left field line. We'd like to see that pitch again. I think that was a good one from McHugh. Kept them low. And counts 1-1.
She's showing some power this season.
McHugh's pitch just missed inside, 2-1.
That was close.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're going outside.
Change up. Shaturishvili pops this one back. 2-2. Hughes 2-2 is up high.
Runners off with the pitch. Full count.
Fouled away. And we stay at 3-2 to the Royals' first baseman. Hopkins has had base runners in every inning, but just the one run so far in 4 2/3 innings. Shaturishvili tags this one well out to left, over the left fielder's head. Around is Granger. Holly being waved in. She's going to score, and it's 5-3. A huge 2-out, 2-run double by Macy Shaturishvili.
Now batting for the Royals, the designated player, number 22, Maddie Bird.
Waited for that change up in the zone, and she did something with that pitch.
Just out of the reach of Sukup and left, and the runner's off with the pitch. And Holly able to score standing up. The Hornets will have a little visit on the mound, trying to settle McHugh down, who really pitched well in this one. But now it's just a 2-run game. Boy, now how big is that play at the plate when they called Den Hartog out?
1-run ball game, right?
Well,
Yeah.
at least, because you don't know if they would have scored more that inning.
Good point.
Maybe not, but you're right. At minimum, a 1-run game. I think Edina thought maybe Simon might have been safe at the end of the last half inning, so maybe that cancels each other out, right? Here's Burnt. Rips the first one foul. 3 on the board here for Hopkins in the 5th.
Burnt has popped out twice. Once to first and one over to second.
And this one is hit to short. Olive up with it, and a strong throw across the diamond to retire Burnt, and Hopkins is out in the 5th. But Royals finally get on the board. A run on 2 hits, 1 left. New score here at Hopkins. It's Edina 5, Hopkins 3.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Back at Hopkins, and Jenna Peterson, one of the great Hopkins pitchers, mid-2000s, daughter of head coach Mark Peterson, really was an outstanding pitcher. Now on the staff here with the Royals.
She went on to Mankato, where she played hockey, and then was scholarship to her senior year for softball.
Yeah, she was a great hockey player too.
Mm-hmm.
You've coached with her in the past,
I have.
right?
Uh-huh. She's an excellent coach.
Well, Edina trying to get some of that momentum back that perhaps was lost in the top half of the inning when Hopkins plated 3 runs. Two and 1 the count to Olive. And Olive draws a walk to lead off the 5th.
Now, I think every inning has had the leadoff hitter on for both teams, correct?
That's right. 10 total innings or half innings, and every time the leadoff batter is reached. There's Pins. First pitch strike to her. Had a sacrifice bunt in her last at bat that moved Olive up to second where she was stranded.
Makes for good viewing drama. Leadoff hitter.
That one high. Faking throw Granger. Olive was already back at the bag. Wanted to third. Stoddard will go to first. Sacrifice successful. Throw down to second. Back in after turning the bag at second was Olive. Pins has got her second sack. Look at it again. Stoddard in.
Good bunt.
Krauser covering.
Good play by Stoddard. Anticipated the bunt, started coming in on top of it. Good play.
Olive taking a pretty healthy turn there at second, too. It was fairly close made.
I was watching her, and I had the sense that she was maybe thinking about going to third.
First pitch high to Maddie Johnson. Johnson, a 2-run single back in the first. Popped out her second time up. Swing and a miss. That one misses, and it counts 3-1. Excuse me, 2-1. Ripped out to the left center field. That is going to find Green. Around third comes Olive. She will score. Another run up on the board for Edina. And it's 6-3 Hornets. Solid single the left by Johnson.
For the Hornets, the left fielder number 8, Ellie.
That ball hit about as hard as anything today.
Hardest hit ball probably of the day. As the team that just scored 3, you like to consolidate your inning. Don't let the other side back in.
Johnson with her 3rd run batted in of the day. Sukup takes. It's 2-0 to her. That's a strike. 2-1.
As a pitcher, when you've been working up in the zone most of the day, kind of starting to train the umpire, and you're less likely to kind of get that call because he's going, well, she's been working high.
3-1.
Nice grab by Granger.
Yep, prevented Johnson from taking another base. They soak up a long look down at Keith Johnson at 3rd, and she steps back in against Den Hartog. 3-2, chop foul.
Full count. See as the runner will be off and running. No.
Fouled off, still 3-2. Ball 4, and Sukup is walked. Johnson is second.
Now batting for the Hornets, the designated player number 15, Genevieve Osseo.
Up out of the zone.
Sukup's on for the 2nd time today. I'll attack the batter. Up high to her.
Now, if you're Den Hartog, you really want to go after this hitter because you got McHugh coming back up.
Jenna Peterson's going to come out and talk to Natalie Den Hartog here.
Jenna and Natalie are going to talk pitcher now.
She was a great competitor, not just a great pitcher. I mean, she was a fierce competitor as a pitcher.
Was. Yes, she was. She's that way as a coach as well. Players like her. They play for her. That's always great.
Mosak takes low and in. 2-0. Jack, we have worked some quick games this spring. This is not one of them. A lot of long counts. A lot of base runners. 9 runs so far.
Leadoff hitter on every
inning. Swing and a miss. And Hartog comes and gets strike 2 on Osseo.
Osseo had a leadoff walk last inning. Went on to score.
Popped up. Shedorashvili can't make the grab. Osseo has life here. Jack mentioned walked in her last at bat and scored. Ripped into left field and off the glove of the left fielder, Hawley. Everybody's safe. There'll be an error on Hawley, the third Hopkins error this afternoon. Hit hard, but off the glove.
5, Molly McHugh.
Johnson is held at third. Sukup to second, and now top of the order in McHugh. Hit in the air, out to center. Burns over, and it drops between Burns and Hawley. Only a single, but a run comes in, and it's 7-3. Look at it again, Jack.
How batting for the Royals.
Barzik thought Hawley was going to come over and catch it, and they stepped out of the way, and the ball dropped.
May.
Maybe a little lack of communication happening.
Still just one out. Well, that's what kept Sukup at third. She probably assumed that was going to be caught, and really couldn't take off toward third and have any chance of scoring on that. May a walk in 3 at-bats, a strike call here, and she's behind 0-2. That's tagged out in the left center field. Hawley catches this one. Tagging and scoring from third is Sukup, and it's 8-3.
Now batting for the Hornets, the right fielder number 14.
Well hit ball.
Katie Simon.
Hawley's moving left and had really no chance of making a play on the plate.
Three runs and a couple of hits, an error in this inning. Edina came back nicely, Jack. Answered the top half of the inning with 3 runs of their own. They're back up by 5.
8th hitter in the lineup for the inning.
And Simon's been on every time. That one will skip past Granger. Osseo moves to third. McHugh to second base. That's ripped into left field for a hit. McHugh is held at third. It's 9-3. Simon got her second RBI. She's 3 for 3.
Third baseman, number 7, Hannah Sundham.
Thought Coach Johnson might send McHugh on that. But his hitters are hitting the ball. He wants to give Sundham a chance to swing the bat.
Got their hitting shoes on. No doubt about it. So they've done more than pick up their 3 runs they gave up, and added yet a fourth run this inning.
Rounded to third, Stoddard up with it, throws to first. But for the second time in the game, Edina bats around. They pick up 4 runs here in the 5th inning on 3 hits. And now after 5 innings, Royals trailing Edina. Hornets in control, 9-3 the score. Top half of the 6th inning, 4 runs for Edina there in the bottom half of the 5th. Now Hopkins down to 6 outs here.
Now batting
for what looks like could be a game 2 here for the section championship. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Royals: Krauser, Preston, and Den Hartog.
Krauser holding off of that pitch. She's looked good at the plate. I thought this, even though, like I said earlier, she struck out in her first at bat.
It's off the glove of Olive, and Krauser's aboard. And then it'll go as an error. First error today for Edina.
Now batting for the Royals, number 50, Kelly Boyle.
Pitch low to Preston. Or excuse me, we have a hitter here for Preston. It's Kelly Boyle that's hitting. He's just a 7th grader, Jack.
I was talking to a couple Hopkins fans, and they said that they've got a group of younger players right now that they're pretty excited about having them grow into varsity players.
You know, we see Preston, who's a freshman. Freiberg, who's in right. She's an 8th grader. Katzenmeyer has been a runner today, 8th grader. Granger, an 8th grader. Boyle here, a 7th grader. Popped up. And a nice running grab by McHugh, charging toward the plate to make the catch and retire Boyle. I think you could see if that had some backspin on it. If it had dropped and come back, it might have ended up being a foul ball. And McHugh had it measured and makes the grab.
McHugh reacted really well on that. Johnson kind of lost it off the bat.
Then Hartog, first pitch, missed low and in, 1-0. Two and 0. Hit hard to third, and everybody's going to be safe here. This one sails into right field, and it'll be first and third.
Now batting for the Royals.
2 errors on Sundom on that play. One on the
Granger
on the ball hit, and then one on the throw. And now 3 errors in the inning for Edina. Runners at first and third, still just 1 out. And Granger to the plate. Runner going, and Hartog won't even draw a throw this time. One will pitch to Granger. In for a strike. And Flair and McHugh again out of the circle and catches that one to retire Granger. He has fielded her position well today.
Third baseman number 19, Parker Stoddard.
Started off with a good pitch. Got inside on her hands.
Change up to Stoddard. Missed. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Stoddard.
With 2 outs, runners will be going on any hit.
Well, check swing. Jones, a second baseman, diving for it. Then Hartog speeding around second. She'll score. Scored as a single, and Stoddard gets 2 RBIs on it. That's 9-5.
It was a rip.
Yes.
The left fielder, number 6.
Excuse me.
Morgan Hawley.
Couple of unearned runs for Hopkins, but they'll take them. Back to within 4, but of course running out of time here, down to just 4 outs to go.
To defend Jones, it looks like an easy play. But,
it was a tough play, yeah.
Right. She made a good attempt at it.
Yep. Morgan Hawley's behind 0-2 in the count.
If you take it and let it bounce, the runner will probably beat it out.
Up high, 1-2.
That's all right. That was
9-5. Change up, foul back.
Nice throw, nice pick.
Here you go.
One, two, chop foul. McHugh trying to finish off Hawley here in the top half of the 6th. All the way again.
Look sharp, Greg.
Low, and it's 2-2. Both pitchers have thrown a lot of pitches today, Jack.
They really have.
Change up, hit foul. And a likelihood that they will have to throw another entire game here. At least start, you think, if this score holds. All right, called. Hawley is out, and Hopkins is out here in the 6th inning. They do pick up a couple of runs on 1 hit, 3 errors rather, and 1 left on. We go now to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Our score: Edina 9, Hopkins 5.
Race. Love is love.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Junior Maddie Burnt is in the pitching, replacing Natalie Den Hartog, who went the first 5 innings. Burnt on the season, 58 2/3 innings, allowed 61 hits, 31 walks, 19 strikeouts, 5 wins, 6 losses, earned run average of 5.48. Edina, as we mentioned, batted around in the 1st and the 5th innings, scoring 4 runs each time, added a single run in the 4th. And Katie Olive will lead it off here for Edina in the bottom of the 6th.
Let's go, let's start us off.
Now batting for the Hornets, the shortstop, number 3, Katie Olive.
Olive, the leadoff hitter, takes the first pitch for a ball. 2-0.
I think they're giving Den Hartog a little rest, regroup here a little bit.
That one skips in the dirt, and for the 12th time today, we have the leadoff runner aboard. 6 times for each team.
Has to be some type of record.
Now batting for the Hornets.
Well, I would guess that at least
number 11,
tie a record.
Anna.
Probably happened before, I'm guessing.
I was trying to recall a scene.
I don't remember it, but
yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
But you're probably right. It's happened somewhere.
Pins took the first one for a ball. A couple of sacrifices her last time, 2 times. And don't know that that'll be the call here. She's hitting away. Rounds it to second. Everybody's safe. Krauser couldn't come up with it cleanly. Another error for Hopkins.
Now batting for the Hornets, the catcher, number 9, Maddie Johnson.
Maddie Johnson's the batter. Burns' pitch is a strike. Johnson with 3 RBIs today. 2 for 3 at the plate. That's a strike call.
Hey, no worries, no worries.
1-2 to Johnson.
Here's Johnson's relaxed about taking some strikes.
Shot to third. Stoddard will take it herself at third. Gets the lead runner Olive on a force out. Johnson will reach in a fielder's choice. One away.
For the Hornets, the left fielder, number 8, Ellie Suka.
One away for the Hornets, and here's Suka. Everybody for Edina has reached at least once today. Strike call, it's 1-1.
You'd have to think that's a kind of a pretty positive note that everybody has been on base. Team contribution.
That'll win you some games. 2-1 now. Cut and a miss. Good pitch by Burnt. Sukup swinging through it and the count even to 2-2. 3-2. Bases are loaded.
Now batting for the Hornets.
Pins to third, Johnson to second.
Genevieve Oshak.
And Genevieve Osseo, the batter. Walked in the fourth, reached on an error in the seventh. Scored both times. Officially 0 for 2 at the plate. Oh, and 1 the count.
Sometimes that pitcher that comes in following a Den Hartog's speed pitcher kind of lulls the other team into a little bit of false sense of security. They think, oh, this looks slower to me, but I'm going to hit this, and there you go.
Swing through it, Dan. 1-2 now the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Foul back. Good swing by the freshman. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like Hopkins is still going to try to cut that run off. Everybody up a little bit.
Burns pitch. High, and the count is full. Grounded past Den Hartog and off field for a hit. Run scoring single. Mahasik driving in the run. Pin scores. And look at it again.
Batting for the Hornets, the pitcher, number 5, Molly.
And Hartog couldn't quite backhand it. Base is still loaded, and here's McHugh. First pitch strike to her. 5th time to the plate already for McHugh.
Edina's doubled up. 10-5.
Back to Burnt. She'll come home and throw wildly. And in safely is Johnson. And it's 11-5.
Now batting.
Be an error
for the Hornets.
On the pitcher, Burnt.
Number 2, Allie May.
And here's May. Up high for a ball. It's 1-0.
Now we're starting to kind of dance with the run rule.
I was just thinking that. Grand Slam, Jack, actually would end the game. Throw down to third and back in safely is Sukup. One, a little flare over the mound, off Den Hartog. Everybody's safe. 2 runs will score. And it's 13-5.
Good job, good job. Way to keep going.
Hopkins just coming unhinged, Jack, in this game.
For the Hornets, the right fielder.
And Hartog and Krauser going to run into each other. Another error in the field.
Sure-handed Den Hartog.
What's the discussion?
I wonder if he's talking about obstruction, maybe. I wonder if
the runner. Yeah.
I thought the runner might have obstructed.
We'll play on. And here's Katie Simon. Strike call to her. 3 singles. A walk and a couple of RBIs today for Simon. All off Den Hartog. First time facing Burnt this afternoon. Now goes to 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
I've always kind of wondered about umpires. No one has ever told me. But, you know, the zone gets a little more expanded, possibly, as the game moves on.
Not that big, though. It's 2-2. Change up, hit this short. Then Hartog up with it. Fires to first for the out. Runners move up. And now the batter will be Sundom. Now, if Edina can get May in from second, make it in this game in 6.
Well, it looks like we're having a pinch hitter. It looks like Maria Tien is coming in to a hit.
Pinch hitting.
She will hit here for Sundom.
Number 12, Maria Tien.
Tien, according to the stats from Keith Johnson, 1 for 1 in the season as a varsity player. I read a book when I was a kid called The kid who batted 1,000.
I think I read that book.
Got one hit and walked a bunch of times. But she's behind 0-2 here against Burnt. Just missed. Team trying to keep the inning alive for Edina. The third 4-run inning for the Hornets today. Stoddard up with it, throws to first. And again, for the third time, Edina has batted around. They get 4 runs. And we go to the top half of the 7th inning. Hornets in command, 13-5 our score.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Peterson and the Royals. Not great pitching today, not great fielding. And in this case, I pointed enough hitting. Most days 5 runs will get you a win, but
number 11,
not in this one. Fortunately for Hopkins, they'll get a clean slate, presumably here in 3 outs, unless a big rally and a chance for a game 2. Barzik bunting foul on the first pitch of the top of the 7th.
Barzak's on-base percentage today, .667. Hit by pitch and a walk.
It's our 3rd time leading off today. And hits it in the left field. And we are perfect for leadoff batters getting on in the game. Could not do any better than 13 for 13.
Now batting for the Royals, the first baseman,
nice
number 15.
Job by Barzik, and I'm waiting on that one. It's the other way.
Went with a pitch. Nicely done. Royals thinking about mounting a rally now. Got the leadoff hitter on.
Chantarashvili hits this one in. Jones knocks it down. Little scoop to Pins, and they got her. Nice play. Abby Jones with a flip to Anna Pins to get to Chantarashvili.
For the Royals, the pitcher number 22, Maddie Burnt.
Got her by
nice
half
play.
a step. Yeah.
Kind of thought that was earmarked for right field when it was first off the bat.
Johnson coming out. Is he going to replace his pitcher? Yes. So Osseo will come in to pitch. McHugh will stay in the game and go to short. And Osseo will get to pitch for a couple of outs here in the top half of the 7th. We'll take a break with the pitching change. Come back. More softball from Hopkins High School after this.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Maddie Burns will be up. And she'll be the first batter that Genevieve Osseo faces here, with one out in the 7th. Olive moves to second. Jones out of the game. And Osseo again pitching. As I mentioned, McHugh now at short. First pitch high to ball one to Burnt. Two and 0. 0 for 3 today. Strike call, and it's 2-1. Count evens at 2-2.
Osseo get the her ball comes out of her hand well. She has a good wrist flip. Tends to stay back occasionally on her stride.
Hit off Pinn's arm, rolling down the right field line in foul territory. In comes Barzik, and it's 13-6. Jack, hit or error?
I would say I'd give her a base hit.
I think so too. Kind of a hard hop and then off Pins.
We have a consensus. That's good. Took kind of a strange hop there too, didn't it?
Yes.
Thank you. Pitch running for the Royals at first base, number 10, Sid Bloomquist.
Then Bloomquist will run.
Batting for the Royals, the second baseman, number 2, Annika Krauser.
Krauser, the batter, takes first pitch for a ball. Two and 0. Strike call. It's 2-1.
Got our scoreboard back.
Brief outage of the scoreboard, but it is back and working. 3-1.
Fans wanted that one. Close pitch.
Krauser tags it foul. Look at it again. Right off the CCX production truck. That's all right, we're insured. Fouled off by Krauser.
Krauser's getting good swings all day today. I like her swing.
Slow roller, McHugh Not in time. A little slow to react to it, and this didn't have time to get Krauser at first. Everybody safe.
Now batting for the Royals.
Didn't break on it
fielder,
right away.
number 42,
and then comes in.
Edina.
And Krauser runs well, beats it out for a hit. Blomquist to second. And Preston the batter. First pitch strike to her.
When it first came off the bat, it looked like it was going to travel a little bit harder. Full swing by Krauser.
Bunted foul. It's 0-2 to Preston.
I would say after watching Preston, she has probably bunted a fair amount this year. I think she's attempted 3 bunts during this game.
And a strikeout there. Osseo for out number 2.
Now batting for the Royals, the shortstop, number 31.
Good pitch.
Natalie Den Hartog.
Back to the top of the order in Den Hartog. And rips it into center field, and surprisingly another base hit for the senior. This will drive in a run. And it's 13-7.
Now batting.
3 hits, a walk, score, reached on an error in her other at bat.
Lauren Granger.
Blomquist in to score. Krauser to third. And Granger the batter. Den Hartog unchallenged this time. Will steal her for 5th base of the day. Granger's ahead in the count 2-0. They'll skip in the dirt. Another run will be home. Sliding home is Krauser. Den Hartog to third. Still just 1 out needed by Edina to end this one. They're having trouble beginning out number 3.
Now batting for the Royals, the third baseman, number 19, Parker Stoddard.
Here's Stoddard. 2-run single in her last at bat. Round just 1 to short. McHugh up with it. Throw is to first, and we will play 2 here this afternoon at Hopkins. Royals come up with 3 runs in the 7th inning on 4 hits. They strand 2. So it ends 13-8 Edina, which means a second game necessary. Each team with 1 loss now in the double elimination tournament, and will play again to determine the Section 6 champion. That does it for Game 1. For Jack Tebow and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in for our coverage of Section 6 4A softball from Hopkins.